These are crazy times right now, guys. We have unemployment claims up to 6.6 million at this time. That's a huge number. A lot of people either quit their jobs because they don't want to get this coronavirus. Some people were let go from their jobs because the businesses are not sure whether they can actually maintain their paychecks and their salaries. And right now, all these businesses are closed. So, what are we going to do? And everybody's kind of trying to figure it out. Luckily, the government's helping us out a little bit with this paycheck protection program, and that's going to guarantee a paycheck for the next 8 weeks, and that's perfect. Hopefully, that's going to be the most critical time, and then by that point, hopefully, some of these jobs will be resumed. Businesses will start opening more. We're not sure, but we'll see how it is. But at the very least, we'll have that. But no matter what happens, and once you get your job back, for those people that are unemployed at this time, you know, we have to prepare for things like this. This is a crisis that we really haven't seen before, ever here. There's been other pandemics, but never to the extent that it has affected our economy like this. And when it hits home and it starts affecting your home and your cities, you have to realize that you have to be prepared for things like this. And that is why I think this video is important, so that you can have an emergency crisis plan in place so that you can actually implement that and let it go into effect so that you do not have to worry about things. So let's kind of go through this one step at a time. The first step, and a very critical step it is you have to know your expenses for each month. And you want to save enough money to be able to pay off monthly expenses for at least 3 to 6 months. We've said before, I kind of personally prefer a year's worth because that will assure you a little bit more cushion. But at least 3 to 6 months worth of salary that you can know that you're going to spend on the things that you really need to spend money on. That would make life a lot easier for you. And having that amount is very important because step 2 is having a crisis budget. Now, having a crisis budget, the first thing to do would be to cut down on your expenses. So you want to know and you want to have a list of things that are essential and non-essential things. So the first thing to go when you actually go into a crisis like we are right now are all these non-essential things. Maybe cell phones will have to go, maybe the internet will have to go, maybe cable TV will have to go, Sirius XM radio will have to go. Any expenses that you do not need, that you can save money on, those are the first things that you have to cut. Because what you want to do, if you have, say for 3 or 6 months worth of expenses, you want to extend that to last you 3 times that amount. So if you save enough for a year, you want to have enough that it's going to last you for 3 years actually. So you would be very, very comfortable in being in a situation like this. So a crisis budget is really important. Let's go on to number 3, which is planned for a prolonged sickness. Now by this, I mean, if you have a job, know what the benefits are there first of all. Know what they give you as far as time off, what's paid for, what's not paid for. You have to know your insurances that you have. See, is everything covered in your insurance? Because sometimes insurances don't cover cancers or they don't cover certain diseases. And so you have to look at your insurance policies. Make sure that your insurance policy is actually covering the things that you would think, especially if there's a family history of something, of cancers or anything like that. You want to make sure you're covered. Now, if your insurance policy does not cover for those things, then look for a secondary insurance that's going to help you cover for that. A lot of people don't like to spend money on insurances and they worry about paying copays and how much it's going to cost. And yes, the insurance prices and premiums are going up and up and up. But look around. I'm sure you can find good prices that would help you in this type of situation. If you were sick, if you were not able to do your job, then you could count on this. Now, the other type of insurance is disability insurance. Now, disability insurance can vary because It can start as soon as you're sick. It can start a week after you're sick. It can start 3 months after you're sick. It can start 6 months after you're sick. Now, if you put plan number one into effect, that you're saving enough money for 6 months, you can push that disability out to receive paychecks after the 6th month, because then that disability insurance will cost you less money, but it would be covering you. And these usually will cover you until the age of retirement if you could never get back to work again. So plan out your future as far as if you were going to get sick, how are you going to take care of yourself? Now, number 4, plan to work from home. This is a big one right now. A lot of us are at home working. A lot of us are doing part-time at the office, part-time at home. I mean, as physicians, we've really changed the way we're doing our job now. A lot of us are communicating with each other because things have changed a lot as to how we have to deal with the situation. And thank God that the government has allowed us to do our job differently at this point, so that we don't have to worry about certain things, and that we can actually treat you and do FaceTime or WhatsApp with you, or a Zoom conference or something like that, so that we can actually treat you, get a look at what's going on, talk to you, give you the information that's going on. We're advising all our patients, about COVID-19, what to do if they do get sick, and we're trying to stay on top of it. And with these changes, a lot of the doctors are working from home. A lot of them are still working at the office, but we're not seeing patients at the office. We're seeing very few patients. And so changes happen. So plan as to how that would happen to you, and see if that would be something that you could do as well, work from home. And if you could do that, that'd be perfect. So you have to get together with your employer, or if you're the boss, figure out how things could happen in your job that your employees can actually work from home if necessary. The next one is very important as well: different streams of income. Now, a lot of people that we do all the videos for Robinhood and things of that sort at this time is because we're looking for different streams of income for the future or for now. It just depends how you look at it and how you're doing these things. A lot of people are investing into real estate. A lot of people are buying stocks. A lot of people are getting a secondary business. A lot of people have some internet business as well. And you cannot close the door to any of these options. You have to always be looking to see where is that second source of income going to come from. Now, in the real world, when you are still working and you have a secondary income, the best thing to do is that secondary income, don't even touch it, because that is going to be your backup money. The mistake that a lot of people do is they get a secondary income and they just put it all together and they keep on spending, and they spend more and they buy more things, and that's not what you want to do. That secondary income is basically your cushion. That is what you can live off of if everything else goes wrong, but that secondary income can still be coming in and you still get a stream of income. That'd be great. You don't touch that money until you need it, and then hopefully you'll never need it until you retire, and that would be fantastic because you'll have a great retirement. But different streams of income are very important. I've talked to a lot of people, a lot of patients that once they get injured, they can't do their job, they don't know what else they can do because they've never thought about it. They've never thought about it, even though all of us can do different things. All of us can work in different places. Even though you've only done one job for all of your life, you still have the potential to work at a different location, to do a different job, to do different things, to earn an income. And we can't close the doors on ourselves. When we start closing doors on ourselves, that's when you don't succeed. You have to push open those doors. You have to go work. You have to find how you're going to make that next paycheck. And maybe it's not going to be the type of job that you're used to doing, but you can learn something new. And everyone can learn something new. So never close the doors on yourselves on that. Now, the next point is really important, because especially at a time like this where you have maybe lost your job or got fired or you had to quit or whatever it is, you want to advise your creditors of the situation. A lot of times there is some sort of forgiveness. They give you some leniency, and they will allow you to extend out some of those payments. So you have to advise, make sure you have a list of all the places you owe money. Make sure you call them all, say, look, this is the situation. Either I lost my job, I'm sick, I can't make these payments right now. What can we do to postpone these payments? And see how they're going to work with you. And most of the times they will work with you, knowing your situation. And last of all, don't panic. Basically, we don't want you to panic. If we're talking about this situation right now, COVID-19, coronavirus going around, don't panic, guys. Just, know at some point it's going to pass. At some point we're going to get back to normal numbers. At some point the unemployment rate is going to decrease again tremendously, and at some point all these businesses are going to open up again. The point of this video is, when this does happen again, we want to make sure we're prepared. I think we're Americans. We think that we've got it made, that everything's going to be taken care of, that we're not going to worry about things going on, and that these illnesses are not going to affect us. And it's affected us. It's affected the whole world this time. And we have to be prepared. The whole world has to be prepared. Next time around, I hope that everybody is a little bit more prepared, as in the medical community, the business community, everybody at home, anybody, anywhere, our government, so that we can all work together, work faster, and get things like this taken care of a lot faster. I know it's going to pass, and I think we are all going to do great. We just have to keep on listening to everybody, the government, the health professionals, and I think we'll do fine. And for the next emergency, you're going to have a crisis plan, and you're going to be prepared, and we're not going to struggle. For Alpha Cave, guys, thank you for watching. We really enjoy you watching and commenting on these videos. Thank you for everything you've done for us, and we hope that we can always give you what you want. Take care, guys. See you later.